Hello. Okay, there we go. I'm really excited about this quick topic I want to talk about. It's not mine. I don't know who it comes from. It might come from Tony Robbins. He might have gotten it from somewhere else because he reads so many books. But this has been super helpful information for both me and my life coaching clients. So I want to share it with you really briefly, because it's so impactful and it makes so much sense. So basically, Tony shared that there's 6 core human needs that we all have. But we tend to prioritize 2 of them. 1 or 2 of them tend to be like our top needs that we consistently get met in ways that usually we don't like. So I'll go over the needs, and then I'll go over the typical examples of the needs, and then I'll go over ways to start shifting the patterns. I put shift and start into one word. I do that shit all the time. That's so funny. So 6 core needs. First one is certainty/comfort. Very common one. If you have it, don't be ashamed. Pretty much 90% of people have that one. The second one is uncertainty, which can also be thought of as like variety or adventure. The third one is significance, so feeling important. The fourth one is love and connection. The fifth one is growth. And the sixth one is contribution. So he theorizes that we all have all 6 of these needs, but 2 of them drive us and are behind everything that we do and don't do, which is so powerful. So, for example, if someone has the need for like certainty/comfort, they might think that they might call themselves lazy. They might struggle with follow through. They might struggle with things like working out, eating healthy, trying new things, taking risks because they really like certainty and plans. They might get really stressed out a lot because the only constant in life is change, but they don't like that because they want the certainty and the comfort. They might hoard things. They might hoard money. They might have a lot of anxiety around money. They might want a lot of money, Those are kind of some examples. Significance is the other one that is really common. Certainty is really common, and significance is really common. And significance is like really wanting to feel important, really wanting to have attention. We see a lot of celebrities and famous people have significance as their top prioritized need. But as Tony says, like success without fulfillment is miserable. That's kind of why we see famous people, they get famous and they achieve the ultimate manifestation of meeting their need for significance, and then they get there and they're like, this is it, and they're not happy, and then we see them turn to drugs, alcohol, or suicide. So that's how powerful the human need of significance can be with certain people. Someone who has a core, like they prioritize the love and connection need, there's positives and there's negatives to that. Somebody might be like a serial dater. They might like constantly date people or constantly want to be in a relationship if they prioritize that need of love and connection. Uncertainty, the other need, /variety/adventure. Adrenaline junkies. You probably already know. You probably could have guessed. That's definitely their top need. That's one of my partner's needs. He's definitely an adrenaline junkie, and he pulls me into the adrenaline activities, which I love, but also scare the shit out of me. So the first 4 of those core human needs that I mentioned are more like ego personality based, and the second ones that I mentioned are more spiritual, more broad. So connection, growth, and contribution are the spiritual needs of every human. And then the other 4, certainty, uncertainty, significance, love, and connection, are more ego personality based. So crazy thing. We will literally like break our values to get our needs met. We will like go against everything that is important to us to get our needs met. I have so many theories on this, but like if you think, for example, a married person, if their prioritized need is uncertainty, which is adventure and variety, but one of their values is family, you could kind of infer why they might cheat, because they need that adventure, that variety, that uncertainty. And that's an example where we will break our values to get our needs met. So what the good news is, we can shift our top 2 needs into ones that we want. So say, for example, since certainty and comfort, that need is so common amongst people. Say that's your need and you're finding that you're struggling to follow through and take care of yourself. You struggle with anxiety and accepting change. I feel you, because certainty is one of mine. Just brainstorm, like, what are some different ways that you could get that need met other than the ways you're currently getting it met? Like if you're being lazy, if you're not following through, if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not taking risks, if you're not having fun, if you're not trying new things, like, it's not as fun of a life when our core need is certainty. I can tell you from experience. I'm in the middle of shifting mine. So think about, like, what are some different ways that you could get that need met other than the ones you are right now? Like if you are thinking right now, light bulbs are going off in your brain and you're like, oh, yep, I'm meeting my certainty need through that, through doing that, through not doing that, through doing that. Just think, like, what are some different ways you could get that need met? And that will start to help shift the patterns, because our brains are so brilliant. They will orchestrate a way for us to get our needs met, even if we hate ourselves afterwards. So yeah, think about alternative ways to get that need met. Give yourself grace and compassion also, because healing never happens through judgment and shame. It just doesn't. It actually makes the journey harder, but it's very common for us to go to shame and judgment around ourselves if we're doing things we don't want to be doing, or if we're not doing things that we think that we should be doing. Also, think about, what would you like your top 2 core needs to be instead? So say after watching this video, you realize your top 2 needs are certainty and significance, and you're like, that's not working for me. You can change them. You could change them to love and contribution. You could change them to growth. You could change them to connection. You could change them even to uncertainty. Like I said, I try to do new things and do adrenaline activities to, like, shake up my need for certainty and be like, look, there's another way. There's a more exciting way. So, yeah, a lot to think about. And you could research this too. I think there's quizzes online to see, like, what are your top 2 6 human needs. I think Tony Robbins has, like, a quiz on his website, but it's just incredible. Once you know which of the 2 needs out of the 6 human needs you prioritize the most, like I said, you can know so much about yourself and others, what you're struggling with, what your patterns are, how to shift your patterns, why your patterns are even there. And oftentimes, like, our top 2 needs are trying to balance out what we experienced in childhood. So if someone's experienced a lot of uncertainty in childhood, a lot of lack of safety, then likely their core need in adulthood is certainty, because they experienced the uncertainty and they did not have a fun time with that. So their healing opportunity now is to, like, figure out how they could do things that are uncertain that are also fun. So it's just, yeah, the human needs concept is really, really cool. It has the power to be really life-changing, and it evokes a lot of self-awareness, both for you and others. So yeah, food for thought. The 6 human needs are incredibly helpful. And let me know if you have questions or comments. You can leave them below and I'll answer all of them. But I hope you enjoyed this. It's definitely life-changing stuff. And provides a lot of hope for people that I work with and myself, of like, so I can change. I just need to figure out a different way to get this need met. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Enjoy your night. Let me know if you have questions or comments.